Welcome back to the Intercourse Show. I'm your host, Mr. B. Today we have a very exciting show for you. We are talking relationships. And the one that's the talk of the town right now is this Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson relationship. Now, I saw something today that made me want to comment on it. My man, Free Agent Lifestyle, definitely did a very, very funny, entertaining video about this. And so I thought it'd be good to do a part two of the original I did a couple days ago. And I'm labeling this, she wasn't ready. He made some very, very valid points about what happens when a modern woman is not ready for a man of a certain stature. And that seems to be the case here. So let me let y'all hear the clip, and then I'll react accordingly to drive home the point.
All right, wrong one.
We know I can't say
right.
that.
The main event here, we got Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion. The women of the black community have drawn the line against you, dirty niggas. Pause. How dare you not out here give these women a monogamous relationship when they should be out here taking advantage of you, getting ran through, and having you guys pay the bill after the fact. In my opinion, Megan Thee Stallion tried to play in Klay's face. We know her history. We know what she represents. We know what she put herself out as. She put herself as a piece of wet ass, saying that this wet was going to give her what she wants. And she done got ran through more times on the Holland Tunnel. There's a meme going out that I can't show of dudes in a line, banging her out, standing in line with Klay Thompson holding the flowers. Everybody knows she tried to play him. Now, have she tried to play him and turn him into Russell Wilson 2.0, everybody would have been happy for her. What she represents is the typical ghetto country Bama strag that doesn't manage her to come out here and get a high value man. All right. That's basically what she represents. She's dark skinned. She's kind of overdeveloped woman, as I call them. So she's kind of a trashy, overdeveloped woman. That's how she presents herself. It ain't my fault. So she is common. She have a commonality with a lot of black women in America, so that if she can get it, they believe she can get one too. So if she makes it work with Klay, $150 million man, then they believe that if she can make it work, that can work for her, them too. You can be unrefined, classless, trash, deal with thugs and hoodlums and pookies, and then come up with a high value man. That's basically what that was, and why women tried to celebrate her and push it up. And then,
valid point. Very valid point. That is true. A lot of times people live vicariously through the lives of others. And there are women that root for women that they think most reflect them, right? So it gives them hope to believe that they can find a man. When Ciara went from Future to Russell Wilson, all the women use Ciara as the model to follow. You could be a loose goose in your 20s, go out, bust it wide open, have fun. And then you're going to settle down with a God-fearing man who just so values and cherishes you so much that he's going to do everything to make sure you're taken care of, just like Russell does Ciara. So a lot of the women are all out here waiting for Russell Wilson to come save them. But they don't have Ciara's looks, so it's a little different. They don't have her looks. She's got exceptional looks that maybe she could pull that off. That's not something that the average woman could pull, but they all aspire to it
and hope that it worked. It's the AKA the Black Cinderella story. You can actually not take care of yourself, mismanage your vagina, and then come out here and win. Okay, so that's what she represented.
Damn, my man just said the Black Cinderella story is when you're outside, not take care of yourself, not manage your thing, and then somehow, some way you end up on top. That's crazy. I really, really, really hope that this isn't taken the wrong way and that people see this as constructive. This is the wrong way of thinking, but he's kind of got a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, living young and reckless and being outside is not a calling card for some man to come get you. I mean, Megan Thee Stallion's whole reputation has been that she's known for kind of being on the scene. She's the fun girl that different guys have a turn at, and it's unfortunate. I heard Whack 100 talk about her the other day, saying that Blueface, his artist, 7 months into his prime, was already, meeting up with the girl to do all sorts of devious things. So and the point that Wack was making is that, when you as a woman present yourself like that, that becomes your reputation. So then it's hard for people to somehow respect you a little later now that you've decided you want to slow down. No, if you move around and you build a reputation as a girl who's kind of outside, you're known as that. That's who you are. You know what I'm saying? So she's trying to do this whole rebranding thing, and the idea of her settling down with a guy who's worth $150 million and Klay Thompson, who's literally from a whole different walk of life, seemed like the storytelling narrative that everyone could have bought into. But is it real? And I think he's bringing out the point that it's not real.
Black Cinderella, not a skinny version of Cinderella, like Black Cinderella, but the clock has struck midnight, and now we have some rumors. You guys know the story. I had a video about it. I did a Twitch stream on it on Saturday because it was breaking news. But what they're also saying is the internet has been out here saying that possibly Klay was tricking on her. Okay, there's it right here. So it says right here, and this is rumor. We can't confirm it. Klay Thompson made a statement saying that Megan Thee Stallion wanted him to give her $700,000 a month just because he's in the NBA, saying she needed it for her monthly upkeep. Ever since she asked me, the relationship has never been the same. Now, this is pure rumor and innuendo. I'm going to show you that how many people are actually reporting this. These are not legitimate sources. I actually haven't seen a video of him saying this, and people are making some commentaries. But as you can see here, if you look up the news, these are some news stories reporting this over here. BET has this right here. We have a couple of Punjabi Express right here. Did he play 700K right here? This one says, did singer ask for 700K? Beware right here. Megan.
I'm not going to lie. I actually believe that. I actually think she'd be the type of person to go ask Klay Thompson that she needed that type of money to be kept. I 100% believe that. Why is that outside of the realms of something that Megan Thee Stallion might do? She thinks she's a diva. She thinks she's a gift to mankind. Not that she shouldn't think like that. I'm glad she's confident and thinks that she's worth what she thinks she's worth. But yeah, I mean, who's the girl I used to date? Travis Kelce. There was a black girl I used to date him, and she was on the same type of time. When you watch interviews with her, she talks almost as if she's entitled to a certain thing, and how it has to be a certain way. So I think it's within the realms of possibility that she asked that to Klay, and that he changed his mind. Like, what? I'm not a trick. Like, what is going on here?
And a stallion right here. So there's people reporting on this particular thing. Then you also have some memes reporting this on the internet. There's a meme right there. Okay. And so forth and so on. Now, if you don't think that she's a rental and she was getting any money from Klay, you're crazy. She was getting some money from Klay. And I think overwhelmingly, that's why she's more disappointed than anything. Similar to the woman that's in the prenup situation. She's not disappointed that the love is gone, that the breakup is there. She's disappointed that she can't get anything financially. I think that's where Megan Thee Stallion was. Now, anybody that says Megan Thee Stallion had her own money, let's stop right here. Okay, let's stop right here, because we can prove that's false. Right? We can prove that she has enough money to support herself. And the way we're going to do that, because I need y'all to understand, I already got the evidence and the receipts on this. This is a video of Megan Thee Stallion serving slop to Klay Thompson worth $150 million. So if you look at her surroundings, her living, her lifestyle, she was not putting away money for her lifestyle. Much of these pictures and videos, I mean, it's literally low-class poverty living, all right? She wasn't in mansions and yachts. Look at this. She can't even afford a dining table to feed this on. He worked for $150 million. And there's something to be said about melanated men. Look at this prison slop she's serving, this catfish and sloppy-ass paschetti and Hawaiian rolls. She served that to him multiple times. Remember, paper plates and plastic spoons and forks. No napkins, paper towels as napkins. Bro, like this is what I'm talking about. She was not prepared to be in a relationship with the man of Klay Thompson's status.
Wow. That is true. Think about it. If you're a woman who's literally trying to convince a man that you should be the one he chooses to commit to, settles down with, and wife up. And when you get that man, and it's a high profile man that a lot of people know, this is a 2 or 3 time NBA champion. Okay. Big contract, very well known individual, one of the elites at what he does. And this is probably a man that's probably worth the most that she's ever really dated in public. Now, I'm not saying it's the most she's hooked up with, but this guy's got money. Would you go harder to treat him like the royalty he is? Think about it. If you're a woman and you're dating somebody like the Prince of Saudi Arabia, this is a guy who's got all sorts of money. He's got everything, right? That means he grew up in money. He expects a certain type of treatment. So if you're dealing with that type of man and the way you approach the relationship is as if he's just a regular man you met off the street, you feeding him in paper plates, you didn't get no nice, silverware and nice plates and stuff like that to feed the man. In a way, he's looking at it like, man, this is how you see me. This is the best representation that you're presenting to me. This is a very astute observation he made. How are you feeding a man who's worth $150 million in paper plates? I understand sometimes you out, food truck, you chilling, you just getting food on the go. It is what it is. But what he's saying is she got a little dinner tray that college students normally pull out. And this is your man, the guy you want to marry you, the guy you're trying to lock in. Wouldn't you think you'd rather have him sit at the table and actually prepare a decent meal for him? The presentation says everything, something that makes him feel like, man, like you took some time to prepare this meal. You thought about the details, all the, silverware and everything's laid out nicely. You presented it on a nice table. Think about it, ladies. When you guys get married, everyone goes all out for the most part. You want your table spread nice. You want the flowers nice. You want it to be as fabulous as possible because this is a momentous occasion. You are celebrating a union. So you want to make sure that environment reflects the moment. That says that you level up because you want to give the impression that this is a serious moment. If you're with a man and he comes home and instead of using some nice plates, some nice silverware to feed that man, that is a high value man at that, $150 million, high value man, NBA champion, high value man, well-spoken guy, not a hoodlum, just a decent human, and you feeding him on paper plates, and you want that man to wife you up, you mad that he wants to have other options, but the way you've approached him was not even with the decency of serving him at a table, almost as if he's your king. He's supposed to wife that up? Come on, man. What is he saying here? What he's saying here, ladies, is pay attention to the details. Don't treat your man like the dude, like your ex or the dude you was just passing time with for a few months. The dude that when you was down and out, he was the shoulder to cry on. You ended up sticking into a little relationship with him, but it never was really going to go anywhere because you didn't see a future with that guy. So, of course, he got the paper plates. Of course, he got the bare minimum that you can provide. If you're giving the bare minimum, dude, that you barely give a fuck about, the same treatment that you're giving that dude, you're giving it to your high value $150 prospect, $1 million prospect of a husband. You don't deserve to be picked. He's saying you don't deserve to be chosen. You are not ready for the moment. That is the whole point. Somebody defines success as when preparation meets opportunity. See, the reason why it's important to have matriarchs in your life, women who are preparing you on how to treat your husband, is because they're teaching you based on their personal experiences what it is that men like and value. So when you actually find your husband, what you've been taught, you put on display so that your husband can say, man, I've never had nobody treat me like this before. Like, you care about every detail. You make sure all my needs are met. Like, I am like, I can't live without you. What's being exposed here is that she didn't get that training. Clearly, it seems as if the training wasn't given to her, because to his point, I didn't even pick up on it. To his point, how are you treating a man that you want to choose you, that you want to marry you, that you want to be with, worth $150 million, and you serving him with a plate that is in a plastic on a plastic plate, paper plate? What do you think that says? How does that resonate? Doesn't.
Men have been trying to talk about this particular thing. I've given up on it. What they've been saying is, what do you bring to the table? And the women were like, I bring that wet ass. Right? That's what they've been saying. They've been saying this. But here's the deal. Let me go ahead and show you this. I bring me. I bring this. Like women have been saying, like, they don't have to bring anything to the table. She literally don't have a table to bring anything on. But WAP is 0-2 in sports at this particular point. That web, Clay can get access to multiple web. What men are saying is not what you bring to the table. It's what you're prepared to bring to the table. I think that's a better question than what do you bring to the table? Because men are very bad at communication. So when they're saying, what do you bring to the table? The better question is, what are you prepared to bring to the table? See, now what you see with Megan Thee Stallion is she was not prepared for a high status man. She thought she could bring the bare minimum to a man that makes and is worth $150 million. And I'm going to tell you why that's the case. She was feeding this guy on trays, prison slop on a tray, no dining room table, no lit candles, nothing, trash. And I'm going to tell you why. And you black men, you better listen up. And this has been a problem in the black community for a long time. This is how much disrespect they have for the black man. This is how, an angry man, shout out to you. The reason why she was able to serve a man worth $150 million that she's crying about, that wanted multiple women because he can get them, is that all you are the same. Not just to what they say the white man thinks. The black woman thinks all you are the same. You communists. See, the black community is not a matriarchy. It's a communist. You are not better than the next. This is a hard pill to swallow. How people view you black men in America, white people, foreigners, tethers, whoever the fuck you're talking about, including your black women, you are all the same. You will take anything. See, how they view Clay and how these women are viewing Clay, I've been trying to tell you, we are a hierarchy. Other communities, their men are in a hierarchy. In the black community, you are the same, no matter who you are, whether you dunk a basketball worth $150 million or you worth. She thought she can bring that catfish and spaghetti and Hawaiian rolls and he worth $150 million. She was not ready, but she figured this will take it here. You see, you black, you supposed to accept this Kool-Aid in a goddamn Solo cup, plastic forks, and catfish and spaghetti. You the same. You ain't better than the next. All these will take this sloppy food on a tray. Man worth $150 million that she's crying about, that wanted multiple women because he can get them, is that all you are the same. Not just to what they say the white man thinks. The black woman thinks all you are the same. You communists. See, the black community is not a matriarchy. It's a communist. You are not better than the next. This is a hard pill to swallow. How people view you, black men in America, white people, foreigners, tethers, whoever the fuck you're talking about, including your black women, you are all the same. You will take anything. See, how they view Clay and how these women are viewing Clay, I've been trying to tell you, we are a hierarchy. Other communities, their men are in a hierarchy. In the black community, you are the same. No matter who you are, whether you dunk a basketball worth $150 million or you worth, she thought she can bring that catfish and spaghetti and Hawaiian rolls and he worth 150 million. She was not ready, but she figured this will take it here. You see, you black, you supposed to accept this Kool-Aid in a goddamn solo cup, plastic forks and catfish and spaghetti. You the same. You ain't better than the next. All these to take this sloppy food on a tray. You supposed to take it. You supposed to put up with her giving you this slop and low effort results because she is the table. She don't need to bring. That's what they telling you. That's the message. And I've been warning you of this for years. This is why I said I left the black community for that reason alone, plus others, because they will let these scrub do whatever with them, then expect you to come up here and raise they out the gutter with nothing back. They expect you to eat this chicken fettuccine and Texas toast, low effort. They expect you to take that. Then when I say I'm better than that, they say, no, you ain't. You lucky I'm even looking at you. I would be with that 6'4". I would be with tattoos. You lucky I'm talking to you. That's how they look at you. This is a hard lesson. It's a hard reality, but I warned you that that was the case.
Man, it's true. What he just said, it was hard to hear, but it's absolutely true. Why is it true? Because if you really look in our community, how we interact with each other, how we treat each other, you see that the respect isn't there. And that's why there isn't as much progression within our community the way it needs to be, right? It's because there's a perception that, the black man is not to get your best. You know what I'm saying? You can just do the bare minimum for him because he doesn't deserve any extra. You know what I'm saying? That's actually a very good point that he raised, is whether that man was worth $150 million or he was worth $15,000 annually. She was going to bring the same plate of spaghetti the same exact way in a paper plate served on a little tray, a college tray, student college tray. Whether he's worth 150 M's or he's worth $15,000, she's gonna bring your meal on a plate, serve it on a paper plate at that, serve it on a tray with plastic forks. Come on, man, you're not ready. It's true. What he's saying is you're not ready. How you want a man to wife that up? That's the type of regard you have for him? You can't even get real silverware, real plates. You gonna serve a man of that caliber? That? Come on, man. That's that. It's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. And then the ladies want us to be sympathetic for her. Now, here's the thing about Megan. I don't know this personally. This is just what's being said online. So this isn't me spewing information. I don't know. She has had a lot of public relationships, and apparently the streets are talking. People with firsthand experience with her, either knowing someone who's dealt with her or knowing intimately details about her relationships with friends and peers of theirs, have said that she's known as a woman who's kind of passed around in the industry. That all it takes is a little bit of a certain type of alcohol in her system, and she's good to go. She's on deck. This is what's being said. Now, the point that was raised, and I think this is valid, I might have to find, there's an interview that Wack 100 did. I might have to find it. He was talking about, ladies, how you present yourself. If you carry yourself with dignity, you don't let no man play with you. You're not outside. You're not to be experienced by every man. Nobody's talking about you like that because you don't have a reputation. But if you out here living your hot girl summer and you are known as a loose goose, you're getting knocked out the frame by multiple people, the word will get around. And then when you actually find something, maybe a meaningful relationship, everyone's going to be like, why would you wife her up? She's been passed around. Ladies, men don't like a girl with a lot of bodies. They don't. We don't. It's not cool. We don't. We may enjoy the experience with that person, but nobody, I'm not going to say nobody, there's very few that's trying to wife it up. No one's putting a ring on that and proudly parading this lady around the town as this is my treasured wife. The one that everyone has had, the one that's been in the tabloids, the one that, has got a shady past. Yeah, this guy's showing up with her. In the circle of men, you will be a laughingstock if you do that. Because men don't like that. We don't. And so what you're hearing is a harsh truth, but it's the truth, right? It's the truth. As a father, I have to instill in my daughters, don't be that girl. You can't be that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to know how to move. You got to know, that you're a divine gift from God. God created you with value and integrity, and you got to keep your integrity. You can't be outside being played with, being used and dragged along by a bunch of men. There's no virtue in that. So now you see this manifested, and some people may think, oh, that's harsh that people have that critique. That's what happens when you live that type of lifestyle. A lot of people are going to be critical of the type of person you are. The reason prostitutes are prostitutes is because they have a reputation for prostitution. They're with multiple men. There's no meaning to the relationships. They're just like being outside. They do it as a living. It makes them money, whatever the case. So you don't see a huge influx of men trying to marry prostitutes because there's no loyalty there. There's some sort of trauma there because there's no pair bonding. It becomes tough. So no father wants that for his daughter, generally speaking. He wants his daughter to compose and conduct herself in a manner fitting of a lady. So if you're known for moving around in a very unladylike manner, it's hard for people to find sympathy for you when yet another relationship goes wrong. And the thing I've noticed about Megan Thee Stallion, she likes to control the narrative. Whenever she looks bad in a situation, she will lie and change the narrative to make her look like the victim in the situation. That's why as I'm seeing this and there's allegations that Klay Thompson, let's ask ourselves a question. If we took a survey of 100 people and we had to ask, looking at Megan Thee Stallion, the woman, and looking at Klay Thompson, the man, two of which have very different lifestyles. Megan's a very loud lifestyle. She's outside. She's a party girl. She's outside. That's her life. That's her lifestyle. That's her reputation. Klay Thompson's viewed as this quiet, introverted, homebody guy who's not outside. You don't really hear his name in the tabloids other than since he's been involved with her. He's a to himself type of guy, quiet. Some people would think that he's even maybe a little nerdy or whatever because he's not like the flamboyant type of dude. If you had to ask yourself which of these two people is more likely to cheat on the other, what percentage of the 100 people surveyed do you think would say Klay Thompson? Versus Megan Thee Stallion? I would argue that the majority of the people looking at the personality and public lifestyle of both of these individuals, would say it's probably more likely that Megan Thee Stallion has been outside. More likely that Megan Thee Stallion cheated on Clay than it is than Clay cheating on Megan Thee Stallion. That's just the facts based on just that information. Now, this is a professional athlete. That's not to say he's not doing his thing, but I don't know the terms of their arrangement. I'm under the impression he's been doing his thing and that she was just cool with it. I'm not under the impression that he was solely monogamous with her. Maybe he was stepping out with her at one point. They were hanging out, but that's not to say he didn't have an arrangement where he got to do what he wanted to do. He would have a public profile relationship with her, but he probably had things on the side, of which I'm sure they talked about. I wouldn't put that past a professional athlete at all. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that people are acting like it's more likely that Clay would be the aggressor or the more likely cheater, I don't buy that. This chick got a fast lifestyle where she's in an industry with a bunch of different rappers. She's cute, and dudes are always trying to get at her, and she can't really stay home. She's outside drinking, getting loose. She built a reputation as being the pass around girl. And we're acting like she's the victim when Klay Thompson's the quiet, nobody knows too much about his lifestyle, NBA star without a loud profile, public profile. And we're now painting a narrative where he's the one that should be blamed and looked upon negatively for hurting Megan Thee Stallion. This lady is very, 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 very deceptive in the ways that she conducts her business. She did the same thing with Tory Lanez, right? The truth is, she's a sloppy drunk who don't care about her friend, who is outside pretty much getting at her friend's man. And when it came out to light, and stuff hit the fan, she threw that dude under the bus to protect the friend who probably shot her. That's probably what the truth is. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. But we look at the situation, and whoever it is that's framing the narrative, we tend to go with that narrative. Oh, Clay's cheating on her. Why do we think Clay's cheating on her? Why don't we think she's cheating on Clay? And Clay couldn't put up with it and decided to walk away amicably and be a gentleman about the situation. It just said he's leaving the relationship. We haven't heard from him as to why he's leaving the relationship. He's making an argument that she was not the type of class of woman that Klay Thompson would need to take seriously. And when she says things like cold feet, of course he's going to get cold feet. You think he want to wife up the industry pass around girl? Who's going to get hot feet about doing that? Come on now. Let's just keep it 1,000, folks. It's not, come on. We know better.
Nobody wanted to listen. You want to save these black women and give them the benefit of the doubt. But I done told you. And it's not just black women in America. This is all women at this point. Because the black women's culture leaks into the regular culture. Because all women want to be black women. They just don't want to be black. They want to have the sassy attitude. Gay want to be black women. They basically just mocked and mocked the black women behavior, and they come out here doing the gay. White women want to be black women. They just don't want to be so they've infected with their music, their culture, their degeneracy, the way they treat men. They have learned that from your sisters. And I learned this a long time ago. But I've been distanced by all races of women. I've had bad experience with all races of women because that's the Western culture. That's what you have. When people see black men, they only just see you as black. It doesn't matter what money you make or what you've done in your community. Tony Gaskins tried to say, "Get back here, nigga," to me without knowing anything about me, and just said, "You do this because this is what you gonna do." Nobody cares about you black men, whether you're a winner, a loser, or not. Speaking of, didn't this woman put Tory Lanez in prison for a false allegation? Speaking of, didn't this same woman that these women are out here crying about in their Pusketti put Tory Lanez in prison on a false allegation? But she's supposed to come up later with Klay Thompson monogamously? I'm telling you, man, buried in jail for 10 years under the prison, getting stabbed up, getting juked by Mexicans. Nobody gave a fuck about that. Now I'm supposed to feel bad about Megan Thee Stallion? Are we kidding? When I tell you they don't care about you, they don't care about you.
That's exactly how I feel. Poor Tory Lanez is somewhere fighting for his life every day in a jail for 10 years because he was dealing with the wrong woman. And this lady could care less that he's going through that. She don't care. And now we're supposed to care about how she's moving around. I share that sentiment. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she's a victim.
Stabbed up 57 times. Nigga, now she out here crying. What we doing? What are we doing? This is incredible that we've been able to reach this level of, oh, wow. Wasn't she with a whole that tattooed her name on his belly? Pardee? Y'all forgot about that? Y'all forgot about that? Are we serious? And then treated him like trash, showed up with a whole soccer. Didn't she do this? Am I tripping or am I tripping? Y'all forgot that fast? I'm supposed to feel sorry for this woman? Oh, but they drew the line in the sand, gentlemen. Let me show you some stuff.
Keep holding that thought because he made some very, very valid points. Wack 100 actually spoke a little bit about this lady's reputation and how she moves. And he said something similar about her. Let's go ahead and cue that up here. Now, this is a guy with firsthand knowledge of how she moves. So let's see if I can get that pulled up.
Gang, she was pressuring to like probably take some extra steps. Look, talking about he got cold feet. What do you mean cold feet? You probably marry you or somebody. Maybe you think that. Get what I'm saying? Talking about anytime you see a no, I'm not saying she's a time unknown to her playing house. They know how to make Don Julio Repo and a Fred Bull. That's the only thing she could make. That's the only. She like a ghetto bartender. Give me 90-42 me, please. All of a sudden, Betty Crocker. Come on, bro. You know what she's trying to do? Seen that contract with 4 rings. Time to trap it. Let's get this.
Facts.
So she put on her bet. Yo, man, she wasn't cooking for Tory like this. And Tory was smacking her and the friend. Piping both of them down. Yo, what's up? Yo, Tory ain't get 1 meal. Keep it a bean. But she got this. She thought he was green. Because I ain't gonna lie. There's something about Klay Thompson. He's like one of them, like, yo, you know your man's that get, but he mad down low with it. Like, Paul's like he don't really, he not flashy and flamboyant with it like that. He's getting mad. There's always something with Klay. She got with it. They thought she about to run his life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said it's going to last.
One thing I have to give the academics, he called it. He said when the season was over, Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion was over.
Good. She's running up that check, doing her thing, but I'm going to keep it a bean with you. All right? By the time the postseason hits, this is going to be post-relationship, okay? Trust me. Trust me.
It's a lot of females taking a side of Megan Thee Stallion, and I believe it's because they're playing that sympathy role for Megan. But I don't feel sorry for nobody that makes everything public, then cries wolf when it don't work out. Not to mention how she did dude lying and playing behind his back, but Wack 100 went absolutely ballistic on Megan. He didn't hold back no punches, and he called a spade, and allegedly revealed a lot that Megan had going on. And yeah, bruh, let me know what you think.
He's an industry big like
Thank you.
That woman, that was just something for him to do. That's all that. That wasn't never gonna be that. That's going. I know. I watched my artist when he was in his 7 months of prime. Get on the plane, go over there, get some head in Tampa.
Thank you.
So I mean, end of the day, she ain't. This is a lush. Everybody know that. He know that. So when people see that, when we see that, He just flipping, having a little fun, but that ain't nothing he finna settle down.
Thank you.
Supposed to do,
Only
Dr.
the women that are confused.
She's supposed to use that as a play. Look, bro, she's supposed to use that as a play to get into the sports arena because you done ran through the rap arena. About it is, man, gotta usually, literally, like her first move when she was a soccer player was her best
Right.
move. Because he would have took her serious like she's a joke. Then out here, they talk. They be like, "What's up with Oprah? Oh, is that right? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and have some fun with it." They coming into it because of her reputation. She did it herself. She did that, bro. You never heard of Rihanna or Beyonce out there just in the jungle. You never heard of it. The hold of them, they take it serious. The hold of her, who's gonna take Sexy Red serious, bro?
That's a fact.
It ain't gonna happen.
He ain't lying about that.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what Megan is. Like, Megan get Hennessy in her, and she been and did 2-3 things, wake up in the morning and don't remember. And we all know that. And ain't no status walking into a room like this is my main thing, and 15 know what she feel like. It ain't gonna happen. You walk into a room like this, something on flipping right now. What's happening with that over there, though?
What you talking about, G? I'm like, listen, man, y'all don't understand. He ain't no man doing that. Not for real.
Nah, no, they
My nigga
have
Tory
fun with
Lanez.
her. It's like, listen, it's like go lease this Ferrari for the summer and give it back, and I'm a dog. That's it. It ain't the 59 Impala that you keep nice and pretty over there in that garage, and you just, you know, when you in there, you gonna respect this. But nah, that ain't that. I mean, she did that to herself. Why you think Tory was playing the game? He was playing. He like this. Use a flipper. Use a flipper. Your friend's a flipper. We flipping. I mean, it's just the truth. I mean, just what it is. So, you know, look, Rihanna. When you say Rihanna's name, you're going to say, all right, Chris Brown, it was a serious relationship. She was young, right? When you look at her, she's in relationship. She ain't flipping from over here to over there and over there and over there and over there. That ain't what's happening. When you doing that, you ain't going to get, you going to clown, you can wipe that up. You tripping. Showed you the video wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? How they talk, ladies. I'm going to be real. R&B will tell you. He's like, whoop, got to what? Yeah, I'm going to go get the, when you going to be done with her? Got to spin off and go to Europe in a month. Your move. Yo, when you line yourself up like that, that's what it is. And she's definitely done that.
The fact that these women actually thought that Clay was going to wipe her up, that she was worthy of being this man's wife, is crazy.
Nah, he couldn't do. He know he couldn't do that.
Honestly, as a woman, I didn't think that.
But she did it to herself out the gate, like she was, like, you know what I'm saying? Like like Sexy Red is not gonna get like, somebody that, you know, Lil Wayne ain't gonna wipe up Sexy Red. He gonna say, hey, let's chill for a minute. He can't do that. Because the minute he get into it with a nigga, he ain't gonna hear the end of it. Nope. Can't do it. What?
How you know Wayne wouldn't want Sexy Red?
Because, bro, I mean, that's little bro. I know. Gonna have some status, got egos, bro. To me, ain't no man with any kind of status or rep in this game.
Y'all niggas white Black China up in our city, what?
Body wipe? No, hey, bro. No, Tiger trying to put a baby in her. He ain't wipe. Yeah, but he wasn't purged a bag. Like, he wasn't that was Kim Kardashian, bro. Yeah. Who was that?
We talking about Rob Lonely.
Yeah, Rob ain't nobody. Bro, I hear these, bro. It'll be 3-4 in the studio. Ball players, actors, comedians, rappers. They be like, hey, bro, oh, yeah, I knocked that down. Well, what's happening with her? But she like on Thursdays, she be in Miami every Sunday. What you do? But what's up with whoop-de-whoop? Dance swap. Oh, she whoop-de-whoop. All you got to do, she like to go to that spot in Malibu off the beach. That's how they talk. When you put yourself out there like that.
We talk like that right now.
That's how they talk. You know, talking like that in general about a female who ain't put herself in that category, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, bro.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Because you can't talk like that in general because she ain't been passed around amongst the circle.
Okay, so you see the point being made here this is, again, it's raw for a lot of my listeners who may not, you know, be used to the street vernacular or whatever, but it's real. This is what happens. This is how men talk. This is how men interact, right? If you're a woman who, I don't know if I'd call it low self-esteem, but you are outside moving around like you're a concubine of some sort, this is how men are going to treat you. It's the world we live in. Is it right? No, it's not right. But if you want to be respected as an individual, you shouldn't put yourself out there like that. Megan Thee Stallion, for whatever, I don't know what her past is, how she grew up, what's going on with her, but how would her father feel hearing his daughter being talked about like that? I know I'd feel away. I don't want my daughter to act like that. And most of the men talking don't want their daughter to act like that. They don't want their wives to act like that. So now on social media, people are having conversations about the situation, but you got to keep in context the individuals in the situation. In a way, they're demonizing Klay Thompson, who is just making an informed decision. Like, this isn't what I need to wife. She talking about cold feet. Cold feet's associated with somebody who's engaged, who decides not to show up for the wedding. They refer to the term as cold feet. Klay Thompson was not about to show up for that wedding, because essentially you're tying yourself to a problem. Whenever you're dealing with a woman who doesn't really regard herself that much, that she is totally okay with being the pass around girl in an industry, come on, bro. You can't do nothing with that. That's not a winning strategy for any man. That comes with a lot of stress and a lot of pressure and a lot of issues. And that's why he's saying, why would she even think he would wife somebody like that? Just because he's quiet don't mean he's stupid. Like, come on, man. Let's be serious. Come on. Just because the man's quiet don't mean he's stupid. Like, he's got his ear to the street. He's got teammates who like, yo, Klay, come on, man. I mean, yo, come on, man. You can't be, yo, enjoy your time, but come on, son. You cannot do that. You can't do this. You gotta exit stage left. This is too messy, bro. I would be surprised if his parents pulled him aside and was like, now, baby, we love you, but they're saying it right here. We can't do this. We're not showing up to that wedding. I'm just letting you know. I wouldn't be surprised. You think his father, who's from Barbados, ain't gonna say something like, yo, son, I don't know. I don't know if this is it. I don't know if this is it. So you hear what Rack 100 had to say. Now let's go back.
Show you some stuff. Come on, bro. She started dating the soccer nigga and just tattooed his chest with her name. Like, what? Yo, we tripping out here. I don't feel sorry for her. So let me show you some ish right here. This crazy, bro. They want you to feel sorry. They out here. I see how y'all doing. Okay, hold on for a second. Now, how about this? How about this class issue? I talked about this, dude. We don't understand that black people are separated by class. We're not united by skin color or culture. There's no culture. There's no skin color is meaningless because he's half white. But they also see in Klay. And he's not right. He ain't even American. His dad is not even an American black guy. Him like he a regular, right? The dad is from Barbados. The mom is white. He's not even American black, and they just trashing him like what? He's not even half American black, and they just treating him like he was supposed to pick this Houston slag up and take her to the top. Let's continue here. Look at what he's doing here.
Klay looks so uncomfortable in this clip. Oh my God, his face is like, in his face, it's almost like, bruh, just sit. You're almost home. Just sit through it and get up out of there. He looks uncomfortable. This does not look like his scene.
Silence, you fool. When I told you she was not ready, she was not ready. She was not ready to be a wife. She was not ready to be in a monogamous relationship. And he was already knew right then. Remember I told you the clues are going to be there, man. You're going to see the clues, but you're going to run that red light. That's when he knew I need to, where the white women at?
Where the white women at?
That's why I tell you, I'm a West Coast like Clay. I can't deal with Bamas. Bamas don't realize that this is classist behavior. They don't. They'll be like, well, these white people are too uptight. They need to be able to relax. No, you in the white people circle. You need to be quiet, okay?
Hey, where are the white women at?
This is classless. This is fine when you go to a comedy club, but we're not there. And that's fine. They're doing the whole Louis Armstrong or whoever the yodeling is, and then she out here yodeling. All right? She wasn't ready. Can we admit that she wasn't ready? She wasn't ready to be in that type of position. She wasn't ready to cook for him good meals. She wasn't ready to be that type of woman, okay? So let me show you. I had another golf clip, but it's missing. But he was trying to refine her and give her the benefit of the doubt. And she kept showing her and didn't want to change. So he was like, man, I got to make the cut. I got to cut bait. Now, the next part of this is to expect a man like Clay to be monogamous again. Why would he have to be monogamous? He doesn't have children out here. I don't believe he has children. So this is my whole thing about I'm a free agent. I can do what I want. I don't have a wife. I don't have children, or at least I don't have minor children. I don't have to commit. I don't have to settle down. They dragging Clay for saying, I want to be with multiple women. They dragged me a month ago for saying the same thing. Dude, I'm not want to marry. I don't want to. Well, what's wrong? You need to take her. You need to take a reclamation project. You need to build a woman. You need to. No, I'm free. Clay is a free agent, literally. He's not out here making kids. I'm not out here making kids. Like, I'm not out here making kids with random women. He's successful. I'm successful. I'm not as successful as him, but he's like, I should be able to be out here with a harem, a concubines, multiple women. And he gave her a chance and said, if you want to be on the team, you can be on the team. That's what he said. You want to be on a team? You can be on a team. She was like, I'm better than that. Okay. See you later. That's all he said. I'm not the monogamous type. So you can stay on, but I'm out. I'm not going to be here and be monogamous to you because I don't have to be. Kevin Samuels famously said, men can exercise their options. The women are going to say, well, then if he's not monogamous, he should stay with her and allow her to be non-monogamous. Why would he do that? Especially if he's supposedly paying her a monthly income. Why would he pay for her to get on? Now, I believe she probably was unfaithful, but that's just pure speculation. She probably has side two based on her past. That's why a past matters. A past will tell you what the future results will be. So her past behavior tells us what the future results will be. So she probably wasn't faithful either.
I believe the same thing. This is what I said earlier in my monologue there. I believe it was probably more likely that she was outside being unfaithful than it was him. But at the same time, if he did want to have a relationship that wasn't monogamous, it's his prerogative. I think she understood that. I don't personally think Megan Thee Stallion believed that Klay Thompson was going to marry her and make her a wife. I don't think that. I think, and if she did, I think that was wishful thinking on her part. Because this is why your past matters, ladies. Like, your past matters because how you lived in your past, the decisions you made, then will determine the likely decisions you may make in your future. So if you were making poor decisions with men in the past, in a man's mind, now maybe y'all think differently, but in a man's mind, we're thinking you had poor judgment in the past. And if your poor judgment was not knowing when to close your legs and you kept opening your legs, then that means that is a habit you built of being at the wrong place at the wrong time, having the wrong habits, and having the tendency to open your legs to random men. new men in the spotlight, just random men. So now a man has to think, damn, if I sign up for this, I'm going to be babysitting this. This is likely to happen at some point in my time with this person. Can I handle that? You know, would I see myself as the type of person who would get angry, you know, because my girl couldn't keep her legs closed because she's known for being the pass around girl in the industry? Come on, man. Klay Thompson, if he didn't have that conversation with himself, you'd better believe his father, who played in the league, sat him down and said, let me talk to you, son. Let me have a little conversation with you, bro. This ain't it right here. No, ma'am. We're not doing this. No, sir.
But why would he pay her an allowance, be committed to her, and then go run around and let her get poked on and nothing in? What? No, absolutely not. But he did give her the chance. Well, you can be single and you can have with whoever you want. Again, the women will do that to a guy that is somewhat providing and giving up the ability to be with multiple women. She will say, well, I can have multiple men too. And you can. You can be single doing it. You're not going to do it on my time or my dime. He gave her the option. Why are people pissed? We don't even have any proof that he cheated. But here's the deal. They done draw the line on you, bro. They done drew the line on you, black, goofy. It's war now. It is war. Raw is war. According to this gossip site, it says the ladies are planning a mass cheat first campaign tonight in response to Klay Thompson cheating on Meg Thee Stallion. According to this straggle daggle, attention all hot girls. We will be cheating on our men tonight for Meg. Even when you lead a man to water, he still won't drink. Cheat first. Now,
these are the type of women to not be influenced by. This lady, whose name we will not mention, but y'all can see it, apparently posted this. And why would you post something like that? To try to encourage women to be less ladylike and to go outside and to pretty much sabotage their relationships. A woman like that should be flagged in the community of women who respect themselves. They should be like, why would I take the advice of a woman who thinks that it's wise to go outside and compromise my own dignity and my own morals and my own value and my own body? Right? But this is the type of advice that's outside online from a lot of women on TikTok with handles and, you know, with a little stage, a little platform. It's bad advice. I pray nobody was listening to this lady.
They've drawn a line on you guys. They gonna cheat first. Hot girl summer. We gonna be out here in these streets.
In these streets.
So it's all your fault, especially if you're celebrating this. It's your fault. So now you got to get cheated on. Now, of course, some women are in here. I'm just gonna say they didn't go for this. This one says, I love my man. I'll just pray over him. I'll just pray over her. Okay. Here comes all the men acting like they can't take a joke. Now it's a joke. All right. Guys, female infidelity is not a joke. She says, I'm mad for my alumni sis too, but can we pick something else like prayer? Cheat on my man for someone I don't know. That's crazy. I love my man. I love my man. This woman says, we? Yeah, that's fine. So the ladies didn't really fall for the NWO propaganda. They
You see the distinction though. Ladies didn't fall for that nonsense. The ladies didn't. But for a lot of women who are not ladies, they were taking this lady's advice to the bank, right? There's a distinction. It's true. Ladies, there is a distinction. And that distinction is really determined by your mindset and your behavior, right? There's a difference between a lady and a person who's not that. And it's how you carry yourself and how you maneuver. That's all the distinction is.
He literally said, not me. All right.
New world order.
Y'all can't find a better way to support. Okay. So the shout out to the sisters. Cheat twice for me, boo. I'm going to sit this one out. All right. So look right here. Just be without a man. All right. So shout out to the sisters. They didn't go for the pure unadulterated NWO propaganda. However, apparently Angel Reese has spoken out. Another Bama kind of classless, unrefined strag. And they put these people in a position to stunt the growth and maturity of your women. They never put up high class, even for white women, they put up some despicable creatures. The Call Her Daddy podcaster, if you want to say Kim Kardashian, they're doing this to all the women, right? But this Angel Reese is another unrefined Bama strag. And I don't say that as a demeaning thing. I'm not saying that as a pejorative. That's as a description. This is a descriptor. All right, I'm describing the person. Soon as I say that, you already know what I mean. I'm not saying this to demean her as a woman or a black woman or any woman of her ilk. What I'm saying is they're putting these archetypes up like the Mammy, like the Sapphire, like the Jezebel, and they mix them all into one and present them in front of you, and you cannot avoid them. They also do this to men like Clavicular and all of these people. They actually show men degenerate people too. Not me, though. All right, but now you have Angel Reese coming here to save the day because Megan Thee Stallion apparently was performing at, I don't know, what is she doing? The Nutcracker, right? She's on Broadway, apparently. And Angel Reese here showing this clip saying, it's the way you showed up, even while carrying so much. That's what makes you that girl. You always have a little sister riding for you at dawn. I love you, sister. Like, please. All right, so this is Megan Thee Stallion apparently crying on her Broadway show after getting dumped by Klay Thompson. Okay? I mean, really. And they giving her a standing Jezebel ovation. Come on, really? There was a clip where they was like, how did Klay cheat on this? And it was her in that costume and she was all twerking and like, how? What am I looking at? What do you mean? How do you cheat on what? Okay, this is not an impressive human being. In fact, let me just go on record again saying I don't find her attractive at one bit. Again, I'm a West Coast. We tend to like a little cleaner looking presenting woman. I think she is atrocious. All right. And that also goes for the Angel Reese girl, too. I don't see what you see in her, but that's just me. Again, I don't grow up around these people. I've been kind of in avoidance of these type of people. I think both of them people are not good looking or attractive women, but that's just me. If that's all you got to look at, well, you know, once you're used to looking at something long enough, you'll be attracted to it. Okay. Like we're attracted to what we're exposed to. Like if you was around fat Mexican women, guess what? You will be out here wifing up. Nope. All right. Unfortunately. But I don't see what people find attractive. I mean, now, again, I'll say this and I'll just clear it up. I see what people are attracted to physically from the woman. Okay, physically. But I think men have a bad representation, a bad habit. Black men, I want you to listen to me. Are the black men listening to me? Black men, they're famously known for procreating with ugly face women. Okay, this is the black man's MO. Black men don't care about face. Like men will admit that. She got it though. As long as she got fat, globular fat, cellular fat in her booty, whether it's real or fake, that's everything to them. Right? That is everything. You will jizz and cream pie create kids with women with pit bull faces, narrow waists, and big fat asses. Like that's what you guys do. And it don't matter the race at this particular point because Martin Luther King done marched across a bridge in Selma for you to do the same thing to wide body white women and so forth and so on. And I see you in the Philippines and Colombia with fat chunky women down there too. So I don't know what it is. Face does not matter to black men. I mean, it don't matter. And that's why your kids look the way they look. And the only way they will get a ticket out of the hood, which you don't procreate on face cards, is if they got to be a NFL draft pick. Right? But the minute they go for a face card and a woman with a flat, dudes don't know what to do. I couldn't do that, coach. Or I got to have at least some. I'm like, look at her face. Her face is beautiful. Oh, man, that ain't enough. She got to be fat on her butt. You know, like you can't go. Black men cannot take a woman with a nice face and a flat booty. Like they can't do it. They're immune to doing it like cockroaches to raid. You cannot get a wife up a woman with a beautiful face and no, it's the mission impossible. But he'll wife up a big wide butt woman with a donkey face, a face like the donkey on Shrek. He'll wipe her up, cream pot her, have 5 kids by this woman. Press 1 in the chat if I'm not lying. And he'll be like, well, that's my type. I can't get with a woman that's pretty in the face and got no booty cheeks. I can't do nothing about that, coach. That I'm used to do this shit, bro. And then complain when they kids out here getting hammered up out in the face by the police. Because ugly privilege is not a thing. All right, pretty privilege is a thing. Stop creating these ugly ass kids. And the way you do that is stop procreating with women that look like 3s in the face and 8 in the waist. All right, stop. We need to stop this. Make your kids great again. Make your kids great again. I got some more to talk about on tight. He's getting drafted by the NFL. Look at their faces. Then if you see it that was produced by, look at Klay Thompson's face. His father knew real quick, I better get a white woman with a pretty face. And now Klay walking around looking like he looking. Press 2 if you disagree with me or if your feelings are hurt by this truth. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. We got 3 sisters that want to tell you about Klay Thompson out here, all right? And, of course, they're wearing wigs. Not a surprise. But here we go right here. Talking about, man, she beautiful, coach. I'm like, Angel Reese, what? I'm not looking at her. I'm looking straight at her face. But anyway, let's continue. Klay Thompson, the clown. All right, so here we go.
Thompson used the manipulation tactic of future faking on Megan Thee Stallion, but not in the ways that you think. It wasn't the marriage that was the carrot he was dangling over her head. It was the family. And that's what makes this betrayal cut so much deeper. This was a man who was completely aware of her biggest wound and her deepest desire, which was not to be loved by a man, but to be a part of a family. The one that she never had and the one that she lost.
What?
As an only child with 2 deceased parents, he knew what she wanted the most, and he exploited that for his own personal gain. It took Klay only 4 months to introduce Megan to his family. And you can say whatever you want about his career, but men like Klay can never truly love women like Meg because their egos can't handle it. Sure, you may know him as a famous basketball player, but to the average woman, that's just Megan Thee Stallion's boyfriend. What? Men have absolutely no problem using women to get a leg up.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
That is the appropriate sound effect.
What did I just hear, bruh? What? When I told you all the same in their mind, this is not a joke. Black Manosphere, I hope one of you men are listening to me. Did you just hear what she said? He's not Klay Thompson. He's just Megan Thee Stallion's boyfriend. Send it. He's just another, okay, he played basketball. Who I don't even know about what he just, wow. And he dangled the carrot of a successful relationship with a successful man after all her trauma. He's supposed to consider all her trauma getting ran through by all of these poor, the industry, selling some allegedly. He's supposed to just absorb all of that. That's why I'm telling you, I cannot date older women, bro. I can't do it because they expect you as the good guy to absorb the blow of all of her past failures. I'm supposed to, man almighty. She said Klay Thompson was just Megan Thee Stallion's boyfriend, nothing more. You got to be kidding me. We got another one here. We got 2 more. I mean, they on the internet showing they trying to tell you what's up, bro. And imagine you're less than Klay. You don't make 150. You make 149 million. Imagine what they think about you.
Well, I was supposed to go on a date today, but after hearing what Klay Thompson did to Megan Thee Stallion, I canceled that immediately. And it really is that serious for me. I don't want to be around men at all right now. You dirty dick demons will not play in my face, especially with Hot Girl Summer finna come up. Oh. Yeah, absolutely not. It's
bruh. Are you kidding me?
Crazy.
So you had a date, but Klay Thompson, who rightfully so dumped Megan Thee Stallion, now you won't go on a date. And now you about to be out here getting folded up
And they're out here calling me a debaucherous person.
In these streets.
They live through entertainers and celebrities. Like, this is incredible. We got one more. We have this sister out here that has this to say about you dirty dick demons. Says, we are really about to go to war over Megan. The girls are going outside out of spite.
Whose mom, her dad died. Her grandma.
So look, her mom, dad, grandpa. Who cares, bro? That ain't Klay Thompson's fault.
Grandma died. She has no immediate family. She goes hot girl outside single. She gets in a relationship with you. She stops the hot girl stuff. She gets even slimmer in the gym. She do Kegels. She respect herself.
She stopped sleeping around once he started dating her. That's what she's saying.
She stops with the hot girl ish and makes lovey-dovey songs to where her fans get mad at her. She keeps her profile low. She buys you gifts, and then you cheat on her. Not only ruining her trust in you, but also taking away the family that she had because she was sitting courtside with your mama. She was cooking in the kitchen, feeding your father.
You saw what they fed her.
Growing a lasting relationship, expecting a ring, expecting love, marriage. And she gave you a chance. I didn't even know he was cheating in his previous relationships. I didn't know the man. I knew Megan. This was Megan's little boyfriend to me.
There it is again. I didn't even know who he was. He was just Megan's little boyfriend. Right. Wow. Guys, he is an future NBA Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He has 4 to 5 NBA championships. He has records in 3-point shooting. I mean, he played with Steph Curry. He just a little boy. He just Megan's little boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
But he was supposed to come save this woman, all right?
Here I come to save the day.
What? What? You gotta be kidding me, bro. This is how they see you. You just a to them. You just nothing. Just lay your life on the line for these women who don't wreck themselves. She got a family, her mama, her daddy, her grandmama. She was the only family. She cooked lethargic food for you, terrible food for you.
So
unbelievable.
You see all of that. You going out your prime, you getting old. You don't know if you want to be monogamous. You don't know if you want to be monogamous, but you got your mama cooking in the kitchen with this lady. You don't know if you want to be monogamous, but you have your dad talking about how much they love this girl and how much they...
By the way, Klay Thompson, I perceive, is probably one of the 75 greatest basketball players that ever lived. Fact. All right, or played in the NBA. I should say that. Is Klay in the top 75? He might be close. Yeah. Top 75. Let me see here. Did he make the top 75? He was not in the top 75. All right, but he should be. He was omitted from the top 75 on this one. All right, so he did not make the top 75 list, but, you know, I would say he's up there.
They want to keep continuing to be around this woman. You don't know if you want to be monogamous, but she lowers her profile so you can continue to shine, and she wanted to be that supportive woman for you.
Wasn't ready for that.
It was to the point to where men were on Megan's side when she was dropping lovey-dovey music. They was like, she got a man now.
I can't even believe what I'm hearing. This sounds crazy, but this is what's outside. This is how modern women think these days. She had to lower herself to allow Klay Thompson, who's probably worth 100 times more than she's actually worth, who's probably accomplished 100 times more than she's actually accomplished. She was doing him a favor to give him a leg up to have an opportunity to date her. According to this woman, this is the dynamic, the power dynamic between them.
Gay man.
She moving like she got a man. Do you know how bad it's got to be if even the was on that?
Oh, we weren't.
Mind you, you play in the NBA. So she, being 5'9" and built well, from genetics of tall women, would have guaranteed you NBA babies.
I can't listen to anymore, bro. I can't listen to anymore.
Gotta cut it out.
So you think he can't get another 5'9" woman? He can't get another 5'9". He had to take Megan Thee Stallion. I can't take anymore, bro. I can't, man. I can't. He can't. Let me pull up Clay's.
Oh my God.
She was the only choice for Clay. Unbelievable, bro. I mean, wow. Women who Clay have dated. By the way, if you will, I will show you this. I have to do this, and my massage therapist, she's going to have to wait outside. Check this out, guys. I'm going to show you something. One of my theories has been coming true, and I want you to stick around. If you've never heard of me, I want you to stick around for this. I want my editor to clip it from here.
Shout out to my man. Definitely support his channel. He's doing his thing. I mean, this was a hell of a entertaining clip, but it goes to tell you what's going on with that. Look, this whole critique and this whole response was done out of love. This is not an attack on Black women who was living vicariously through Megan Thee Stallion. But sometimes we got to be realistic and we got to be adults about certain things. This is ridiculous. You know, you have a woman who herself has not lived up to a standard that most would regard as ladylike. But she's outside pretty much trying to defame this guy who decided he didn't want to continue a relationship with her. He's got to be the worst person in the world, and he's being dragged through the media simply because he's decided to take his talents somewhere else, to be with someone else. He's the worst. How could he ever do that? All of a sudden, she was the prize, and he fumbled her. It's like, what? Come on. Let's be serious. Most of these women would not advise their own sons to pick a woman like Megan Thee Stallion to go date, to go marry. Let's not say date. Maybe they'll let their sons marry or date Megan Thee Stallion. I don't think they would choose a woman like Megan Thee Stallion to be the wife of their own child. I don't believe it. Because, come on, would you want your son coming to you and saying, well, yeah, you know, some guy said he, you know, hooked up with her. She's out partying again. Come on. You wouldn't want that. Nothing against Meg Thee Stallion. I think this is an opportunity for her to learn and to grow up a little bit, maybe, just to say, look, it's time for you to take life seriously. The point this man made in his whole presentation was that she wasn't ready for the opportunity she had. Megan is a pretty girl. Not necessarily my choice, not his choice, but she's pretty. She's attractive. She can pull a few men. The point is, what happens once you draw the men in? Can you keep them around? And this is why you have to offer more than WAP and more than your looks. You got to offer something that man views as valuable to him. That's also another element of it. So if you're not mindful of the fact that one day, whoever your husband is, you're going to have an opportunity to help him see that you are a wife. And that's based on how you conduct yourself, how you carry yourself, how you handle yourself, how you behave, what you do, how you manage certain situations, how you handle him in a relationship. You got to pay attention to those things. And when you don't, it's a bad look. Things go left. So that's my take. Definitely a long-winded take for sure. I try to get different perspectives on this because it is a trending topic right now. And this is what people are talking about. I guess this is what they want to hear about. So I had an opinion on it. And I found some of these positions to be quite hilarious and entertaining. So I definitely did my little spin or my reaction videos to what's being said outside. But that being said, I pray for both these people. I pray that they in their relationship amicably and they move on and that things work out in their favor. That being said, I thank you guys for joining me. If you're not already a subscribed member of the show, I ask that you like and subscribe and you continue to follow and comment just to let your voice be heard. Let me know. Did I get it wrong? Am I missing it? Do you have a different point of view? Did he get it wrong? Is what's being said wrong? If you have a different perspective, we invite you to share your perspective. And again, we thank you for joining the show. Once again, it's Mr. B signing out. Until we speak again, God bless.